Join me in the studio, first time on the pod, 7-time Hawk of the Week. I'm joined today by Kelsi Ebert.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Kelsi, I have to ask you, what are your expectations of how you thought the season was going to go versus how they've actually gone this season?
That's a really good question. We first started off not as hot as we wanted to. We had a tournament down in North Carolina, and it didn't go as expected, but we really progressed as the season went on. I saw us getting to playoffs this year for sure, and I'm really glad
Really,
we
no
got that
doubt in
far.
your mind?
No doubt. We were so much better than last year.
That's confidence right there.
I was positive we would get there, and we're there right now.
So you're the 7th seed?
We're in 6th place right now.
You're the 6th seed?
Mm-hmm.
And you play Bradford, right?
Yep.
How do you see that game going?
I'm also confident about that game. We can compete with them. They only beat us by 7 the first time, and the second time we played them, they came ready to play, and we weren't all there. So as long as we're all there mentally and physically, I think we can take them.
Yeah, so that first time you guys were in the game, you probably could have had a result there. Who's the X factor for your team? Who's going to need to step up if you're going to win this playoff game?
I think it's all 5 girls on the floor as a whole, but if we have a bigger post presence this game, we can take them easily.
You know, I actually, in all honesty, I thought you were a junior because you're listed as a junior.
I am a junior.
Well-
I'm working on coming back next year. Honestly, it's only my 3rd year here.
So you
Right.
heard it here first, guys. There's a chance.
There's a chance.
So you might actually play again?
Yeah, I'm trying to either minor or pick up a double major in forensics next year and play another year.
So, oh, wow. Because as of right now, you're done. Your career's done after
Yeah.
this game. Well,
After
after you win the
after the playoff
AMCC
run.
championship,
Yes,
right?
yes.
That's what I said. But so here's something that blew my mind though. You've only played 3 seasons. Let's just look. You're 7th all time in points. You're 4th in scoring average. 9th in games started. 5th in minutes played. Spence, what's she number 1 in?
She's number 1 in the steals on the defensive
On
side.
the defensive side. So you're just an overall, just a well-rounded player. That's got to inspire you to come back one more season so you can, get number 1 in a couple more categories.
Makes me really determined to go through one more year of school to play.
What does it mean to you to have only played for 3 seasons and be that well-ranked already?
I got to give credit to my coach and to my teammates because they pushed me. And in high school, I didn't think I was capable of playing college ball. And then when I got here, the program wasn't in great shape, but Coach Graham really turned it around, and she motivated me to get better.
Right. Who was your first coach? Your
Rob
freshman
Peterson.
year? Rob Peterson?
Yes.
So what's been the difference, would you say, between her and Melissa?
I think she just has a different mindset towards basketball, and she's younger, so she has a different personality towards it. She's got more of a drive, and she wanted to turn this program around, and he was here when it was in a rut, and I don't think he thought he could take it out of that, and she really has.
And just seeing from the beginning of the season to now, that your confidence level with your shooting is just skyrocketed. So I was trying to tell you from the beginning that you can knock those down. And you could tell from throughout your career that it got better. You shot like 4 for 12 your freshman year. You took probably 12 threes in 2 games, this year.
Right.
So you're shooting lights out, like 36%. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so speaking to what you said, Spencer, you've gotten better. So in high school, I've done my homework. You had 15 points per game. You know what? Against the bottom 4 teams in our league, you get 15.25 points per game. Against the top 5 teams in the AMCC, you get 16.2 points per game. As a junior, so you're getting better, and you play better against better competition. What do those numbers mean to you?
I think as a whole, our team plays better against better teams. Sometimes we play down to other teams' levels when they're not as good as us. And I think that just motivates everyone on the floor, and my teammates do a really good job to find me. And I'm really motivated to score against those top teams because I want to just stick it to them.
Right.
Got that fire. I like that.
That's good and bad, though, because you can't drop to the other team's level, too, because
Right.
that's hard to be then consistent. What do you think you should do, and what do you think the team should do to improve that?
Personally, I think I just need more focus, and as a whole, we need more focus too. I think I don't want to say we take practice lightly the day before a game if it's not a very good team, but we're not as nervous, and I think when we're nervous, we actually get more motivated and fired up to beat better teams.
All right, that's fair. So, first of all, you've had 2 double-doubles. Are we going to end our career on a couple more double-doubles?
That's the plan.
That's the plan?
Mm-hmm.
So since Hilbert became a 4-year school, the women's basketball team has not made the playoffs. This is the first time. What does that mean to you?
32 years. Right.
It's great to be a part of that, and hopefully it turns the program around completely, and we're anticipated to make the playoffs every single year because I think we're good enough.
From here on out, you guys are making it every year?
From here on out, we better make it.
You know, that go a lot further if you came back another year.
We'll see.
Raising the standards at Hilbert. That's what we need here.
Uh-huh. I've got to ask you another question. Are you going to play lax this season?
That's the plan, too.
Mm-hmm.
Lacus?
Have you ever played
I've
before?
never played lacrosse in my life, but I can run, and hopefully
Right.
Coach Graham and the other girls who have lacrosse experience can
Mm-hmm.
show me the ropes.
Plus, you were a softball player back in your day, so you have hand-eye coordination and all that.
Right.
You'd be fine out there.
In
I
high,
can fly it.
in high school, were you a multi-school athlete?
Multi-school athlete, huh?
Were you a multi-school athlete? How many schools did you play for? Were you a multi-sport athlete in high school?
I did play 3 sports in high school. I played soccer, basketball, and softball.
So, Kelsi, what specific changes has Coach Graham implemented?
She's really made team basketball a huge focus here. I think before she got here, it was a lot of individuals, and she really brought it together. And she's incorporated a lot of team drills, individual workouts that have helped us be successful.
Let me ask you, too. You had new assistants come. Coach Crowley. Juan Jackson was a teammate of yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm missing.
Jay.
Coach Janessa.
You call him Coach Shay.
Mm-hmm. Coach
Call
Jay.
her Coach Shay.
Yeah.
What do they mean to the program?
Coach Crowley brings a lot of energy to the floor, and he was really special this year because we added Crystal, and he's been able to sign for her a lot, which is really great. It helps her stay involved, and that's really the only way she could play, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Juan, it was great to have her back another year because we ended on more of a high note than the rest of her career really showed, so she wanted to continue on with that. And it's good to have her, keep you composed on the bench in games because she's been there.
Right.
And
She can relate.
Yeah, she can relate and help us out. And then Coach Jay is just awesome. She's probably one of the best assistant coaches I've ever played for. She's always positive, but she can sit you down and tell you, you need to fix this, you need to do this. So she's great to have around.
Let me ask you this, too, because before Coach Crowley, you guys didn't, I don't know a single assistant coach that goes in depth with the scouting report as he does. What does that mean for the team?
That's a very important aspect of the game. He knows everything about every player in this conference, and I think that really helps us because he can focus on their strengths and their weaknesses that we need to attack, and he really prepares us well for games.
Let me transition a little bit. So, off the air, we discussed you have a part-time job, you go to school full-time, you're an athlete, obviously. You have an internship. How are you able to juggle all of that? And do you have a social life?
Well, what I left out before was my parents really helped me out a lot. I live at home. I commute here, and they help me with my car insurance while I play basketball. They're really supportive, but besides that, I do not have a social life. I hang out with the basketball team. It's all pretty much school, basketball, work. Sometimes I sleep.
How did you get recruited here to Hilbert?
I actually was recruited by Rob Peterson and the graduate assistant at the time. They came to some of my high school games and watched, and they reached out to me. I was originally being recruited by Fredonia, and I wanted to go there for special ed, but I don't think that path would have taken me as far as Hilbert.
That's quite a difference
It
between
is.
going to Fredonia for special ed and here for
Total
CJ.
360.
Well, my sister actually has Down syndrome, so that's why I was always interested in special education, but it's a very non-rewarding career field financially. I think it would be very rewarding personally to work with those kids, but
Right.
I volunteered and helped out my whole life, so I can continue to do that while having a career in the criminal
you want
justice
to do
field.
both.
Mhm.
So the way Juan, she kind of ended her career on a high note. Do you see yourself possibly ending your career on a high note and coming back to assist the team?
I would love to do that, definitely. If Coach ever needed extra help and wanted an assistant coaching position to fill, I'd definitely raise my hand first.
Let me ask you another thing in terms of motivation. You said you didn't see yourself playing college sports at all. I can't believe that because you got minutes as a freshman and you were getting buckets as a freshman and you didn't see yourself at all playing.
Well, high school I was overlooked. My freshman and sophomore year I played JV. I only really played a lot once. Our starting point guard got hurt and then I was molded into a point guard. My junior year I was one of those players who only saw the floor when we were either up or down a bunch of points. So I sat down with my coach and I said, I deserve more than this. I know I'm better than this. What can I do? And I worked all summer on my skills. And then I came in my senior year and I pretty much ran the floor with 2 other guards.
Let me ask you about some of the younger players on the team, the up-and-comers, the future of the program. Elena DeFazio, she's the backup point guard. Could you please tell us what she like in practice and where do you see her career going from here?
Elena has so much potential. She reminds me a lot of myself, actually. She's a little timid at times, but in practice she really pushes me to be my best, and she pressures me on the ball, and I pressure her, and I think she has a lot of potential to be really great.
And Taylor Cords, she's a deadly three-point shooter.
Taylor's a piece of work. I love Taylor. I love Taylor. She knows I love her. She has a very bright future. She just needs to focus a little bit more, but she's a very, very capable three-point shooter. She can be a huge threat next year. I think she could lead the conference.
Then we have Ashley Repine down low and Megan Mean down low. They've been getting some minutes. Do you see them doing well?
Definitely. Ashley and Megan can do a lot of damage down there, and I think next year they could be a dynamic duo along with Katie Proy. The
Right.
3 of them can do a lot of damage in
Right.
the paint. And then there's Emily Golack, who's a guard too. And she was like me in high school. I don't think she was given a lot of opportunity to play, and I think that she is very capable, and once she sees that in herself, she'll be really successful here.
I think once she gets her ball handling a little bit more in Pat, I think she's going to be a player just like you, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Her shooting's pretty good, probably get better. Her steals are pretty good. She's really quick.
I'm a little nervous she'll
Yeah.
break my steal
She's
record.
good on the defensive side, but I just think once she gets her ball handling, she's going to be a player just like you.
Mhm.
What do you think about that?
I think she's very capable. I think she could surpass me for sure because she's a natural athlete. She's really good at everything she does. And then there's also Natasha down low who's a post, and she brings a lot of energy to practice, and I think she could be very good.
So you're so busy. We've discussed this already, and I know you have your support of your parents and your brother. Why are you doing lax then? Don't you just want to break?
I
That
never want to
competitive
break.
fire,
I
right?
gotta stay in shape.
Okay.
It's that
Plus-
competitive edge.
Plus, like, our whole basketball team is playing, and it's just a continuation of our season that we can be together.
So let me ask you this: that was definitely part of the reason why you decided to play lacrosse.
Yeah.
The team, because you've never played before, right?
No, I've never
No.
played lacrosse.
Boy. Yeah. What a better time to start than in college? Huh?
Right.
Yeah. Do you see yourself doing well in lacrosse, or you just want to learn the sport first?
I see myself being a role player.
Mm-hmm.
I could be a cheerleader from the bench
Yeah.
during games. We'll see if I can pick it up easily.
Because here you're one of the main players. You're the point guard. You handle the rock all the time. Can you see yourself transitioning to being a bench player and more of a quasi cheerleader?
I mean, I've been there at one point in time. I was rooting on my teammates as a junior in high school with a sport I really loved, so I could definitely see myself being a motivator in lacrosse.
Okay, Spencer, do you have any questions for her?
Yeah, we have the cliche ending of, so a student athlete coming in, like an incoming freshman, what's your advice to her?
I would say play every day like it's your last. Never take a practice for granted. Never wish away a practice or a game. If you're hurt and you can play through it and enjoy it because it goes by really fast.
Kelsi, Ebert, thank you for stopping by the pod today.
Thanks so much for having me.